Hello guys, welcome back to Epikaswani. It's been a while since I last posted a video, but today I want to continue where I left about academic writing. I decided to continue doing these videos because there are so many people out there who wanted to start academic writing, but they did not get some tutorials or any training, and the people who are actually offering these classes are asking for huge amounts of money per session. So if you are here and you're looking to start working as an academic writer, this is the best place, this is the perfect place for you. So stay tuned in, and today we are going to talk about I'm going to introduce the concept of essays, which I'll be talking about introduction, I'll be talking about the body, and also about the conclusion. These are very important aspects when you're doing academic writing, because sometimes you might need to write an answer in essay format. Before we get into it, if you're new, please subscribe, also hit the like button, and you can also share my content across your social media platforms to support. So let's get straight into it. Sometimes you might be told to write something in an essay format. So I just want to take you through what it takes to write an essay in academic writing. So the first thing about an essay, essays have three main parts. It has an introduction, it has the body section, and the conclusion. So the introduction part of it is basically an overview. So how do you make your introduction interesting? Usually I use statistics. I can come up with a good statistic that will be able to capture my audience's attention. So you might consider some statistics where you need to throw in something that when a reader sees, they're like, oh wow, so this is it. So try to make your introduction interesting by using a statistic. If it's something you want to define, try to quote a respected organization that deals in that area. For example, if you're doing about corruption, you might start with defining corruption according to Transparency International. So you might start according to Transparency International, corruption is blah blah blah, and you also throw in some statistics. According to Transparency International, the US loses this amount of money every year due to corruption. So such statistics can really get you going, get the reader in the mood, and they also sort of just allows you to relax in the conversation and sort of own it. Another thing about the introduction, you also need to have a thesis statement, and this is very important when you're doing an essay format. A thesis statement is basically the argument you're putting across. That is what you are going to prove. So you need to state this as the last sentence of your introduction. You can read more about how to do a thesis statement online, but essentially the way I like doing it is that I state my main argument and try to just mention 3 or 4 supporting ideas. So I might say, while the world continues to fight corruption, some of the areas that people need to focus to include its impact on the economy, the society, and the political, the global political environment. So once I say that, the reader already knows that I'm going to talk about the impact of corruption on the economy, on the social aspects of human life, and on the political environment. So you can put your thesis statement as an argument by trying to show that there's another side to it. For instance, while many people seem to love electric cars, they are harmful to the environment because of A, B, and C. So you see there you have 3 reasons, and these 3 reasons are the ones that are going to form the anchor of the body section. So that is all about the introduction. Try to make it interesting, and also include the thesis statement as the last statement of introduction. So So in the body section, you're going to talk more about the things that you mentioned in your thesis statement. Here you'll be giving examples, defining it, probably here's one to you want to describe it further. You know, you need to put in a lot of evidence and all that. And then when you come to the conclusion, this is where now you tie up all your points. And this is also the section where you will be summing up everything together, tying it all up to the thesis statement. In most cases, you might have to restate the thesis statement the way it is, but you might also decide to restate it in a different way, to sort of just give like the overall picture of what you've discussed throughout the essay. And when you're doing the conclusion part, please avoid starting the conclusion section with "in conclusion" or "in summary." We are actually moving away from doing that. The way you structure the conclusion part should tell the reader this is now the concluding paragraph. So in most cases, you do not need to start with the sentence or with the word "in conclusion." Again, the conclusion, you usually have to label it the conclusion. So you have a headline for conclusion. So there's no point of you again going back to telling the reader "in conclusion" or "in summary." At conclusion, you just mention some of your points or all of them in the conclusion, then tie them together to the thesis statement. And here you might also go as far as giving the takeaway message. I mean, so what? I mean, after I have talked about the effects of corruption, so what? What do you need people to do? So that's basically about the essay format. But again, you might not be told that this is an essay. It's upon you to decide which approach you're going to use to answer the question. In most cases, if they are asking for a single topic, you know, discuss the effects of corruption, in that case, you already know you can approach it as an essay. If they want you to compare two things, explain the benefits of electric cars over conventional cars, you might also use the essay format to respond to the question. So really, the essay format of questions are those questions that focus on one theme, you know, just one topic or broad topic. But those questions that are numbered, you know, it's one assignment but you have several questions in it that they are not necessarily related. It's hard to use the essay format because every question in that assignment is focusing on different topics, and therefore even if you wanted to create an introduction, you might have to introduce every question, which is not possible. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't watched the previous videos I've created about academic writing, I'll be dropping the link in the description box, so go over there and watch them. They are really nice, they are really helpful, and you can learn a lot. Even if you're already an established writer, some of these things will actually just help you to improve your writing. So see you in the next video. Stay safe.